Hello and welcome this Friday to our live. I am Hayley and I'm here with the fabulous Reggie Skosana. Welcome.
Oh, thank you, Hayley.
So Reggie has become a popular face here at the Mind Body Evolve studio and has recently started teaching a class that we call Men's Mobility. And we're going to be talking a bit about that today, mostly about what mobility really is, how it differs from flexibility and why it is so important. So, Reg, maybe do you want to just give us a little bit about your background as a personal and group fitness instructor?
Okay, hi guys. Goeiemiddag. Sanibonani, dumelani, emakhaya.
Oh.
Igama lami uReggie Skosana. Right, so a little bit background about myself. Wow, I've been in the industry for 18 years. I started in 2009. 9, where I did cycling. I went on to do personal training, kettlebells, basically all the qualifications in the fitness industry. The only thing I can't teach or I'm not qualified in is yoga.
Right, we'll take care of that.
Yeah, it's a special class. But the rest is I have been doing a lot of classes, boot camp. I teach everything basically from boot camp to high-low, heat, runs, anything you can think of. But I am qualified personal trainer and I have been in the industry for so many years. I'm actually even thinking of retiring.
And then what will we do?
This girl is old and tired.
I get you. I mean, we met, I think, at the Health and Fitness Professionals Academy.
Yes.
I was managing the short courses department. You were one of the master trainers.
Yes.
And it's been a while. It's been a number of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go back. We definitely go back
True.
a while and we're still having fun. So, Reggie, getting on to our topic
Yes.
today, tell us, why is mobility such an important and crucial part of training?
It's highly important purely because it forms part of our daily lives. Being able to move, being able to stretch, being able to fetch, bend, cut your toes, move around, reach the cupboards, reach for that top, that pot, and everything. So basically, it's highly important because it's purely
Functional.
It's functional. Yes, so you need to be able to function as a person, be able to play with your kids.
Right. And tell me, what would you ordinarily do in a men's mobility class or any other group class?
So basically, we do a lot of stretching, and then weights and strength training for control. So that's basically what we do: a lot of stretching, movements, and a lot of strength training. Because also part of mobility, you must be able to carry things. If you went shopping, you must be able to carry that 10 kg bag of maize meal.
Right.
Be able to move around and carry heavy things. So that's part of our exercise routine as well: stretching, strength, and flexibility.
Okay. No, I think that is so important because a lot of people, sit at a desk still many hours of the day. I often hear of complaints of back pain, tight hamstrings, and I always say motion is lotion. And in any of my yoga classes, similarly, we start with what I call flossing. I say we've got to do some flossing before we can get moving. So, hips and ankles and all the rotations that we do, it's very important just also not to prevent injury, that we are encouraging functional mobility at the end of the day. And I think a lot of men put a bigger focus on strength training, and they break up their sessions into, back and biceps one day and chest and triceps one day and legs day, but they neglect the overall mobility part of that.
I think for me, men mostly think exercise is more weight, it's more having bigger arms and bigger chest, and they neglect flexibility and they neglect cardio. So most of the time they do weights where they do chest day. There's an arm day, there's a chest day, there's a back day, but they hardly do stretches because they purely think stretching is for women. They think, it's not for men. Pilates, your stretch classes, men's mobility, those types of classes are purely for women. So they don't participate in those classes. They just go to the gym and hit the weights, but they don't understand the importance of being able to move and function and stretch. Yes.
Definitely. And I think posture is also a big thing that we need to talk about. It's even like as we're sitting here, just moving. It's
Just
not about sitting on the chair all day. We've got to engage our core and breathe.
and breathe.
Yeah. So, I mean, like you say, there's athletes like runners and cyclists, and they get, largely affected by postural concerns, sitting very much with a rounded back, the knee joints taking a lot of strain, the hamstrings becoming quite tight. So maybe you can even show us or suggest some exercises that you would do. I can get out the way, or I can be your model, but what would be some movements you can maybe share with us?
Movements that we can do are, like, for instance, your twists, just at home, be able to do twists, stretch your knees, ankle twist, or even reaching the floor. If you've got weights, you can do your deadlifts, but if you don't, you can still go and touch your toes and back up again, touch your toes and back up again. This whole time your core is engaged. So you're able to stretch your hamstrings, your knees, and your whole body, and your back as well.
And if somebody can't touch their toes, if they're far from it?
You start small. Touch your knees. Touch your knees. Tomorrow, go for the shins. Go for the shins. Next week, go for the toes. So bit by bit, you will be able to do it. Listen, you start small.
Exactly.
I believe in starting small. Today you walk, tomorrow you run. Today you touch your knees. Progression. Tomorrow your shins. The other day you're able to get to. One lady told me she used to come to my classes. Before she came, she would roll out of bed. When she started coming to my classes, she was able to be flexible. And now, instead of rolling, she jumps. Just like that. As soon as the alarm goes off, she jumps without rolling. So those are the testimony that really make us happy, and we see the difference we do in people. So progression is quite important. Little things you do today, you walk a 2 kilometer, tomorrow a 3, the other day 3, 5, eventually 20.
Exactly. And that's why you can't, also I think when you say progression, you can't expect to change overnight. You have to have that consistency. You need to be practicing even 5 minutes a day when you're not coming to classes, just choosing 1 or 2 exercises to say, every day before I brush my teeth at night, I am going to, spend 5 minutes trying to reach for my toes, stretching the hamstrings. And it's not just the once a week, because what if you miss your once a week?
But also I believe there are things that we can do at home or incorporate into our daily lives that include mobility. For instance, don't park close to the mall entrance. Park a little bit far and walk. Take steps.
Yes.
And the funny part is that when you go to the gyms, those big gyms, we are all fighting to park close to them. And it's so funny for me because I always look at everyone like, why are they fighting to park close to the door? Because you're at the gym, you're going to park close to the door, and this old grandma and grandpa must park far and walk, or this disabled person must not have parking close by, they must struggle to get in, but you are fit and you are going to the gym, you park close to the entrance, and then you go on the treadmill. For me, is a killer. So those small things, Haley, park far, walk. Instead of driving to the shops, walk to the shop. Take the stairs, play with a child at the park, go to the park, walk your dog, do certain things, change your lifestyles around it. It also helps. Then when you come to my mobility class, then we don't have to start by touching your knees. we go for the toes.
Absolutely.
So those small things that you do while cooking, do your calf raise.
Yep.
Stand up, calf raise while standing cooking, your stew, calf raise while you're stewing, calf raise. Small things that you can do at home.
Absolutely. We call it movement snacks. There's a word for it. They call it movement snacking. Just taking, the same way when you just feel a little bit hungry or a little bit bored and you go and look what's in the pantry. Do 20 squats first and then go look at what's in the pantry if you have to. So movement snacking is hugely important. And I think you said it exactly. It's just finding opportunities because we are all so busy and, to find that hour to take out of your day to go to the gym, it requires discipline, it requires planning. And sometimes, we have life that gets in the way and, a trip to the vet. I've spent many a day over the last couple of weeks doing trips to the vet that have competed with other things that I would usually do in that time. So we do need to, we need to think of mobility as something that we can incorporate into our everyday lives and then obviously boost and learn the skill. I think there's also much to be said about, we're talking basic movements now, but mobility can really be beautiful when you start to feel what your body is capable of doing. And when you realize that your range of motion has improved and all of a sudden you can take your arms behind your back and do a bind. You can, go into a half splits position or all of a sudden easily reach for your toes and do things like that.
And cut your toes. Believe you me, most people can't reach their toes.
Yeah.
They can't cut their toes, like literally cutting. And the older we get, the more challenging it is. Doing simple things like cutting your toes, it becomes a challenge. You can't reach or you must get a step before you are able to cut your toes. So such things really become a challenge. So, and also I think if you are working at home or at the office, you can actually replace your chair with this ball. Literally, you can replace your chair with this ball. Just put your chair aside, have the ball sit on it, because then it forces you to engage your core while working. Beautiful.
So Reggie, I had the best laugh this week.
Yes.
When I arrived here I was here already. We had a lovely Tai Chi class and I said to Reggie, I've got these balls and I left them in the box and I said, can you just pump them up before the men's mobility class? So, we have something fun for today. And my word, I pop my head out and there's Reggie with the pump sitting there on the pavement pumping these balls. And I was like, then you just sent me to the garage.
No, this is
a true story. And I came back with balls. I had to roll 6 balls in the door. I had to do 2 lifts. And I peeked my head in the door and I just saw a room from the back of men doing squats, sweating. There was this music pumping. There was this air and vibe here. And it just looked like so much fun that I wanted to stay. But obviously I couldn't because,
it's the men's.
We
need privacy.
We need the privates. But Reggie teaches now. We've got men's mobility on a Monday evening, 6:15 or 6:15, correct?
Yes.
We've got it on a Thursday morning, nice and early, 7:15 before work starts. And we've got a ladies' body conditioning with Reggie, which is also the ladies go mad for him. So that's on the timetable. Make sure if you are wanting to be included in our timetabling group that you connect with us directly because it does change and shuffle weekly from time to time. We are evolving beings and we flex. So we also look week to week and say what's working, what's not working, which ones were more popular. And what's also coming soon is the opportunity to be able to book more private sessions, not just with myself, but with all of the trainers and to be able to really maximize and use your membership packages, your Discovery Vitality credits. We are, we're wanting to really get things going now. I mean, we've introduced a lot of new things. I'm also introducing a class called Stretch Tools, which is not as intense as yours, if I had to use the word. And that really is for people who just want a little bit of physical support where you'll be on a mat with a yoga strap or have support against the wall and it's almost a prehab class. It's a prehab and a rehab class that's
Good.
far more gentle. So we really do have something for everyone going on over here, and we honestly have a lot of fun. So don't be shy, come and try, and that's.
You know, also the testimonies we've been getting lately, Hayley, are more of people now they have 6-packs. One lady said to me, she's developed a 2-pack. Well, listen, it's going somewhere. Definitely, very soon there'll be a 4-pack. And eventually a 6-pack, or even an 8. And this other one was like, you know, my clothes are so now firm. You know, when I wear my pants, I look good. Those are the testimonies we want. Yes, obviously the health is there, the breathing better, the sleeping better, you know, the blood circulation moving is there, which is all beautiful. But there's nothing wrong with wanting your body to look the way you want instead of going to Brazil and getting a BBL. You know, you can come to us. We'll definitely help you get what you want. If you want a BBL, you'll get a BBL without going the surgical way. There's nothing wrong with wanting, other than the health part, there's also nothing wrong with wanting your body to look the way you want. If you're a man and you want to develop muscles and have big muscles, beautiful. Let's do that.
Amazing.
If you want to have big bums, you know, let's go for it. Big thighs, let's go for that. That's what you want. You want to have a 6-pack.
Exactly.
Let's go for that.
Yeah, I always say thin is outdated now. Strong is the new sexy. We want you to be strong. We want you to be mentally strong, physically strong. And what we also do here at the studio is our class sizes are not big. Everybody gets really personal attention from the trainers. We cut it off. In fact, I had a lady this morning, and I saw she tried to book a class late last night, and she was messaging me frantically this morning and said, I can't book the Pilates class, it's closed. And I said, yes, it's closed because it's full. And we want you to have that bespoke feel and experience, that when you come here, you're not just on a floor with 30 people throwing weights and, you know, looking for a tight space to squeeze and where can I do a wall sit.
Yes.
But you actually are looked after, you're seen, and that's what we have hoped to create.
It's more of what you want to gain. If you want to improve your cardio, definitely we're here for you. You want to improve your stretch, we're here. So it's all about, hence the numbers, having limited numbers so that we're able to pay more attention to your needs, what you specifically want as an individual.
Absolutely. And if you don't live so close to the studio, or you're looking for something for your company, for your school, we also do send individual instructors out, or we come as a team and we can do group sessions at your space. So that was just an extra thing to mention. And that is our extension arm, and what Keep Evolving really is about as well. It's about getting out into communities, teaching health and wellness, teaching about good nutrition, why food is medicine, why movement is medicine, and play as well. It's important not to take ourselves too seriously. And I think that's one thing you certainly bring. And, you know, you are a character, a chocolate-covered fishbowl. I don't know what to say. You make life fun, and we're very blessed and grateful. And, you know, I honestly say to people that all of the instructors that we have here are exceptional. And I enjoy all of your classes too, and it really is a privilege to be able to work with people that are in the industry for the right reason and have been through all the seasons. And just coming back to what you have to say before we sign off for today, that, you know, we're having absolutely beautiful weather for July, and summer bodies are made in winter. So don't wait until it's spring just to get your jumping into action. Start now.
Still have a month.
You still have more than a month.
Yeah, more than a month. Believe you me, come to us. Definitely within this 1 month, you will definitely get a 6-pack. I guarantee you.
That's a good guarantee. Thanks for joining me today, Rich.
It's a pleasure, Hayley.
Have fun, guys. Happy weekend. Bye.